Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day we have here in Chautauqua County. The sun is beaming down. All the weekend farmers markets are flourishing, and all the weekend activities. And of course, Westfield has one that is legendary. All the reunion crowds come in, and thousands of people do come in. And a lot of other people are not even having a reunion. They just come in to see everybody. And it's a giant village party, and it ends up as the Moose Ox Roast, or not Moose, I got too many organizations here, the Fireman's Ox Roast in Westfield. And it's just a fantastic bash. It's at Ottaway Park. They have these great big thick ox roast sandwiches, and they have the curly fries and the cotton candy and the games for kids and the games for adults even. Bring your wallet. It's a great activity, and don't miss it. It runs from 12 noon on Sunday, this coming Sunday, not next Sunday when you might still be watching a show or something. It runs from 12 until 7, and it is just a bash. And it's very cheap. I'll tell you something, you can't go wrong. Their door prize is given away every single few minutes. They give a door prize away. Somebody donates something. Incidentally, I want to thank Dave and Rick down at the Lakeview, and also it's the docks too, two restaurants. I want to thank them for donating. They gave a lot of tickets off for $5, $10 off. Hey, can't beat that for dinner. And they have a fish fry that kills and a salad bar you've never seen before in your life. It blinds you. It's got so much stuff. Lakeview, I love you. Thank you, Rick and Dave. All right, now, lots of things happening all around. I'm sure you've noticed that the Afghanistan war is still going strong. Nothing's really changing much. They're trying to cut back on the troops, but that doesn't even seem to be working. They got to wait until they win. Win? You ask them the military geniuses over there, how do you win? And they say, well, we're not sure, but we're winning anyway. It'll be like Vietnam, friends. These are tribes that they've been fighting each other for 5,000 years. And if we just spend another 1,000 years, it won't make any difference the minute we leave. When we'll leave, believe me, someday, just like the Russians did with our tails tucked, just like we did out of Vietnam, you can bet your bottom buckarino on that. Eventually this will happen. And they'll immediately, the opposition will round up all the people we put in power, kill them, and they'll take over again immediately, as they did in Vietnam. Or they'll send them to re-education camps. Where they come out speaking the think-speak of the opposition. All right, so anyway, we got a great program coming. We got the guy who runs the county legislature, FredCrosscutpt. He is the chairman of the legislature, and he's the one you can blame for your new taxes and everything else. He'll talk about that. He just retired. He had a big bunch of cows. How many cows did you have?
150 or so.
150 cows. They're all gone. They're all hamburger now. You sold them, right, to somebody. Not like horses, you know where old horses end up. They have horse meat restaurants in Paris where they just serve horse meat, and that's it, And people love it. It's great. Yeah. We'll have Fred on in a few minutes. In the meantime, I got a little bit of stuff here to talk about. I'm not going to go into the state's mess and the county mess and the federal mess. And, of course, the Fed is taking it all out of seniors. They cut $500 billion, not billion, million, $1 trillion out of their Medicare last year, quietly. And this year, they plan to just do away with Medicare, in essence. They're going to give you a voucher, and an 85-year-old goes to an insurance company and says, will you insure me? And you'll hear the laughter down the halls. So it looks like health insurance is dying for seniors. They're taking Epic at the state level. They cut that way back. And I think they're planning to do away with Epic. That's our senior drug program and for impoverished people. And it looks like seniors are just going to have nothing. They've already lost 60% of their purchasing power in the last 10 years with their phony COLA figures. And we were always given the COLA. Well, now they've got the core inflation game, which they jiggle the figures around so there's no inflation. Bernanke in a straight face. Bernanke, who is the chief architect of our nation's economy, with a straight face, goes in front of us and says, there is no inflation. What planet does this guy live on? I guess it's like Goebbels once said in Germany. He said, if you repeat a lie long enough, it'll become the truth. Well, there is a rampant inflation, and anybody who has to go to the supermarket has to pay their insurance, has to pay a tax bill, has to buy a new car. And you notice there's major inflation, and seniors are not even getting a penny COLA, cost of living. In other words, their cost, their dollar goes down and down and down in purchasing power. 10 years ago, they got $1 worth. Today, they get 40 cents out of that dollar. That's all you got left because of the phony federal figures and the lack of the COLA, which was always promised to the seniors. Fie on Congress. Fie on these people who don't give a about senior citizens, and they're taking it out of their hide. And it looks like, well, they're all very rich. They're all multimillionaires anyway, so they don't care. It doesn't affect them. Their father and mother, they got plenty of money. Don't worry. But you and I, the average guy, we're getting creamed by this. It's time we replace these people. All right, at any rate, good news. We're having a great big senior picnic, a wonderful senior picnic which is coming up, and I got the exact date here. It's in August, and it will be a good deal, August 12th from 10 to 2 p.m. at Midway Park. August 12th. Put that on your calendar, August 12th, and make sure you show up. And the price is right. I mean, you get the whole works, the dinner and everything. I think it's $5. It hasn't gone up in years, just like Oxrose tickets. Everything else is going up. Okay, so don't miss that picnic. That's good news. We got a little senior stuff here. We have the best senior groups around, and I've got some senior news from Mary Ann. You know who she is. Runs the Office of the Aging. Okay, so Mary Ann tells us that the area agencies on aging can contact statewide. And she gives a number, 1-800-333-4374, and they will come and talk to you about the changes that are taking place in your health care and Medicaid, Medicare, Medicaid, all seniors programs being cut back. You've got to know about it. And they will come to your group, your senior center, and talk about this to you, give you some information, which is very hard to come by. Whenever they're killing the senior health program, they're very secretive about it. And I've been trying to find out. I can't get anyone to come talk about it yet. 1-800-333-4374, and they will come and talk to you about what's going on in your health care, which is rapidly disappearing like the dew in the summer sun. I guess they just hope seniors will die. There won't be any medical for them, and let them die. And they can't buy food because the medicines and so forth cost almost their entire Social Security, so there's nothing left. So they'll either starve to death or they'll die of some sort of horrible thing because there's no health care to take care of them. That's a great program. Get rid of the seniors. Kill them off. No problem. I think it's time we took a hard look at what they're doing to the seniors. Let's cut some of the limousines out. Let's cut some of the welfare out. Let's cut some of the other things out. Not seniors. 85-year-old people with the trembles trying to survive. They can't even get a job. They cut jobs back, incidentally, for seniors. There is a program here for the Office for the Aging. The state's cutting that back, and the Fed is cutting everything back. Seniors, out with the seniors. There are no more seniors. We're going to pretend there are no seniors. And if we do, after a while, there will be none. All right. She wants to know, wants to make sure you do come to the August 12th party. And if you want tickets, they're very limited to that great big party at senior party at the Midway Park, the senior picnic, annual picnic. Very few tickets available. They only can take in 500 people. And you have to purchase your tickets in advance. And you get them over at the Office for Aging, or call them and they'll get some to you. Office for Aging in Chautauqua County, and I'll even give you that number if you want to go. Make sure you get your tickets. You've got until the 29th of July to get your tickets. At that point, they will be sold out, okay? And let me give you a number here. Call the Office for Aging and tell them you want a couple of tickets for that. And the number is 750, of course, 4471. 753, Mayville. 4471. 753-4471. Tell them you want some tickets for the picnic. And tell them you're non-ambulatory. How do you get there? Well, that's another problem. Okay. At any rate, thank you, Mary Ann. And incidentally, Mary Ann has told me they're cutting back on her budget, too. I will talk more about it. I think she's going to be in a little trailer down by the river. Over by Lake Chautauqua in the park. Dunkirk Federated has a big bunch. They have a gorgeous place, an old school, and they meet their regular. Loretta Hemmink is the president, and if you want to join or want to get involved, check with Loretta Hemmink. And their next meeting, if you want to drop around for the meeting, is coming up. It'll be July the 12th. Helen Barone will be doing the kitchen service. Good stuff. Sharon Care Seniors, they have a group over there in Fredonia, nice bunch. And they have a regular meeting of their directors, and Dorothy Janczak is the president, and she says, we're in pretty good shape over here. We got some interesting things coming up, too, I might add. Charles Mancuso and Rose Seri were planning an installation banquet, because all the senior groups have new presidents now, or at least a new slate. They might be the old folks, but it's a new year. And they also reminded us, August 12th, 10 to 2, the giant, wonderful, super-duper senior picnic at Midway Park. I guess we can thank the governor for one thing. He bought the park. They could have sold it off for condos or something. And it's now in the public domain. Mayor Stephen Keefe is the new mayor over in Fredonia, and they invited to an installation dinner. They're going on a beautiful bus trip. This is again, the crowd over there in Fredonia, going on a great bus trip to the musical comedy Honky Tonk, Riverside Inn. And it's Honky Tonk Angels is the whole name of it. $64. Lunch, vegetarian lunches also if you want one, trip and gratuities, everything else. Okay, can't beat that. They're having an indoor picnic Saturday, August 27th at Sharon Care at the Fredonia Beaver Club. Great place, terrific picnic, everything's going. You're interested in the picnic, give them a buzz. Check with Rose at 679-4386. Sinclairville has a crowd, and those guys prepare and serve meals by the tons. They run around with the little carts and take them to the people who are stuck at home. They're going to have a summer luncheon picnic Tuesday at the Stockton Fireman's Grounds, the Briggs Pavilion. Sinclairville dining room is open. The fire hall lets them use it. And Elaine Palmatitis, if you want to get involved over there, get involved. They had a world traveler there, talked about Italy. And he spoke about the old buildings and the museums and the Colosseum and so forth. Had everybody... I'll tell you, he had everybody wanting to go to Italy, and he raved about their spaghetti, and people